on the topic of kids, I know we were talking about you guys having 3 kids. How do you speak to them about dwarfism? How do you approach that topic and educate them on what, why? Because obviously, yeah, your kids, like, they've been on reality TV and they also have dwarfism, so they probably notice sometimes, like, if they go into a store, someone might stare or something.
Yeah. They're getting there. Jackson still, we're very, like, when Jackson asks me questions, like, I will then answer, but I don't think we're going to give him the talk of you have dwarfism unless he asks us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're not going to,
we're going to let all of our kids come to us.
Yeah, some people are like, you have dwarfism and this is this. And, like, they're not even, we just went to LPA and he's literally like, Dad, why are you playing with all the kids? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The kids, the other adults my size. These aren't kids. These are adults. Yeah. He like thinks
because of their size, he thinks they're kids.
Yeah, like he thinks I'm the only person with dwarfism out there. Yeah. Okay, and everyone else that are like me, they're kids,
You're the only adult.
Yeah, or he'll say like, Dad, is he the same age as you? And it's clearly like a 55-year-old person with dwarfism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, no, he's like, so
he's like, we don't correlate height with age.
Yeah. So he's still learning, but he's in sports and he's realizing, but he still hasn't, like, he doesn't know. He said
it's a hard thing to process though, because in our house it's like normal,
Yeah.
I'm the weird one in our house. Yeah. Not weird, I shouldn't say that, but I'm like the different one in our house, and I think it's gonna be like very difficult to kind of like know where to go and how to process all of it, because I think we've said we really don't want to make any of our kids' dwarfism their identity. We don't want them to, like, think that that's all there is to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it's like having these conversations when they bring them up, I think, is important, because I think a lot of times, especially parents who have average height that have kids with dwarfism, they tend to, like, that's their life. Like, they tend to kind of obsess over the dwarfism and the diagnosis and like the doctor appointments and all these other things. And granted, we're very blessed that, like, our kids don't have tons of major, like, medical issues, but we also just don't want them to think that's all that they are. There's so much more than dwarfism.
Right.
And
before I get fact checked by the comments, that was the debate between our podcast going all in on dwarfism, because we do tell our kids that's not your identity. That's not like you are Jackson, you are Lila, you are Josiah. You're not, Jackson, the person with dwarfism.
Yeah.
Necessarily, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in terms of the podcast, that's our burden, and maybe that is, but it's also our opportunity.
Right.
So do you see where the conflict maybe comes in? In our home, we don't want it to be all about dwarfism, but in the public, what we put out to the public, maybe this is an opportunity to educate, inspire, whatever else it is.